friends, it's Ashley and welcome to my channel. Welcome back if you are a returning viewer. For today's video, I am going to be sharing 4 dinners that we had this week on a budget. I'm also going to be sharing the grocery haul we had for this last week. It is the last day now. So yeah, I am just filming the intro now after I'm done. I wasn't sure how many meals I was going to add, but I decided to add 4 dinners because as it turns out, that's the amount of days the groceries lasted for, and we did have 2 nights of leftovers, I will say that. So it did technically last the 5 days. So it lasted 5 meals, but 1 was leftover, and I did not end up like filming that part, but you guys will see what I mean. So yeah, it was 4 easy dinners on a budget, and we have a bonus meal a little bit because one of them I actually used some of the stuff from the food bank. And yeah, so I thought I would share that in today's video. There's also a few clips of like the kids and stuff, and we visited a park, and I thought it was really cool because they also had a community garden. I love that. I love that that was at a children's park. Like, anyways, so that was a park nearby, which was really cool. So yeah, I'm going to share with you guys the 4 dinners. Let's get into it. To say, when I post this, yesterday was Canada Day. Happy Canada Day to my friends watching. I just wanted to add that in there. I hope you guys had a really fun Canada Day. We went to the park with the kids and we are going to go watch the fireworks later. So that's what we're doing today. But yeah, like I said, enough talking. Let's get into the dinners. Okay guys, so we just went to Food Basics. All of this cost me $137. So not bad. I feel like I got quite a lot for that price. I am going to go to Farm Boy as well right after this. My budget is $210 for the week. No, more like $200 for the week. But we're going to make it work because we are living on a budget. But anyways, I'm going to bring you guys over here, show you everything I got. And then I will also be taking you along for the dinners that I cooked this week. So let's get into it. First thing I got were these sweet potato fries. Usually I make these myself. But it was actually a good price. I think it was a better price for this than to just buy sweet potatoes, but I do also have a few in the fridge, so it should be enough for the week. I want to say before I do any grocery shopping, I always pantry shop. That is like a necessity in my house. It saves me a lot of money. When I don't do it, I spend more money and a lot of food goes to waste. So definitely shop your freezer and your pantry. I know I've said that before. So I also got some Siggy's strawberry yogurt. I got this for myself for a snack because I'm trying really hard not to eat the bad stuff. Of course, there will still be some of the more unhealthy things, but I'm trying to eat a little healthier. And so I decided to get that. And I got the plain Siggy's for my husband. We also just got 5 bananas. I don't buy a lot because they go bad really quickly. We have a marbled cheese. So 2 bags of frozen fruit. I got this week the pineapple and the strawberry banana. I usually just get the strawberry, but they were out. This is for the kids. I know, not the healthiest, but that's what they're gonna have for snacks. Thankfully, it is summer break. Today's the last day of school, and so they don't need as many like snacks, which actually really saves me on my grocery budget. We also have a bag of apples, a bag of the mini sweet peppers, some of these cremini mushrooms. They are so good. We have some baby cucumbers, some of this salad mix that I'm going to use tonight for a meal. My daughter keeps asking me to get these again, so I got her some mozzarella sticks. And for popsicles this week, these were on sale for $2.49. So I got 2 packs, just the creamy ones and the fudgicles. I'm pretty sure those will be gone really quickly with my kids, but that's okay. Once we're out for the week. We also got some hamburger buns, a little container of strawberries in here. These are like local, so they're a lot nicer. We also got a big thing of blueberries, cilantro, 4 burgers, only 4. I have 2 in my freezer from Farm Boy last week from my other grocery. Oh, I think it was in my other grocery haul. But anyway, so we just got 1 pack. We also got another pack of hamburger buns. I think I actually just mentioned that, so just forget I said it twice. We also got some bacon. This is for that egg casserole. I'm going to be making it again because it is a healthier breakfast for us. Also have these potato patty hash browns. I have not bought these in forever, but I was really craving them, so I decided to get those as well. And I know my kids will be really happy about that. We also got some sour cream and onion chips, a package of hot dog buns. We got a pack of chicken. I just buy whatever chicken is the cheapest, and I know $20 it's not cheap, but it's the cheapest here, and we do eat a lot of chicken, so this will probably make 2 meals. And I do have a little bit of chicken left from the food bank, and I think from my last grocery haul. We also got a package of hot dogs and 2 pizzas, just a deluxe and a pepperoni. So I'm gonna go to Farm Boy, and I will catch up with you guys in a little bit. So for some reason the audio didn't work, but this is just what I got at Farm Boy, and I also got a dozen eggs. So for this first meal, I decided to make this egg and bacon casserole. And I know you guys are thinking that's more of a breakfast meal, but hear me out. Breakfast for dinner is a very affordable meal for the most part. I feel like eggs are a pretty affordable source of protein. And I know some of my American friends might be laughing and thinking, not in 2025, they aren't. But hear me out. Where I am, eggs are still pretty affordable. And hopefully wherever you guys are, the price has dropped. I've seen some crazy prices, but for me, they're still worth getting. And they're just affordable enough for my budget and where I live. But obviously, wherever you live, that might depend. I love that the food bank gives me eggs as well, so I can make this with the stuff they give me. But I ended up obviously just buying my own during this grocery haul. But anyway, so I made a low carb version. I added bacon, eggs, peppers, mushroom, and half, and baked in the oven for about 30 minutes at, I think, 350. And it's a very delicious meal. You can have it for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. So how you make it is you're going to make it in layers. First, you're going to add your meat. I used bacon cut up. You can also use like ground breakfast sausage or whatever. Even ground beef, I think, would be absolutely delicious. It just depends whatever you like. I think this is very versatile, but I add the bacon first, and then I added the cheese, and then the vegetables, and then I poured 8 large eggs that I mixed with half a cup of half cream, half milk. And I mixed that all together and poured that over the top. And I usually put a little bit of cheese on the top. At least I did the first time when I made it. But this time I actually forgot to add cheese to the top. It was still good, but I actually preferred it with the cheese on the top as well. So next time I'm going to keep that in mind. But I will say use large eggs, because this time I did use medium, because that's what I had at the store I went to, and they were a little bit on the smaller side. So yeah, definitely use large or extra large eggs, and I feel like 8 to 10 is what you're going to use. You can also add shredded potato hash. You can add pancake mix. I personally didn't. I wanted to keep it low carb because I knew I was going to have it with sourdough toast on the side. But obviously you can add those things. I feel like the pancake mix would be absolutely delicious, but my husband tries to avoid that kind of stuff, so I did leave it out for his sake. So yeah, I think it would be so good though if you did add the pancake mix. Let me know if you try it, which version you're going to try. What I like about this meal is you're most likely going to have leftovers, so you can have it for breakfast the next day, which is exactly what I did. We did actually make this for brunch. I am going to be honest. We had leftover pizza for dinner on this night, but I thought I'd still share it because I would make this for dinner. Like, we make breakfast for dinner once a week anyways. So yeah, but this made 2 days worth of meals, and I do have a family of 5. So I feel like it definitely makes a lot. It might even stretch for 3 days. So I just popped this into the oven at 350 for about 30 to 35 minutes. And that is it. A very quick breakfast for dinner option that is absolutely delicious. Let me know if you guys are going to try this one. It will be linked in the description. Tonight's dinner, we are going to make these burgers. I had 2 left over from Farm Boy, and then I also got this pack that you guys saw in the grocery haul. So we're going to cook those on the grill and just have it with those sweet potato fries that I picked up. That'll be supper tonight. So I meant to get more footage on this day, but this is all I got. I actually did the grilling, so I was kind of busy because I don't normally do the grilling, but I really wanted to. And these were absolutely delicious. These are my husband's burgers, but yeah, very quick dinner. So this was my favorite dinner of the week. I made these delicious honey cilantro chicken, and I'm showing you guys that I actually separated this chicken and put some away for a future dinner because this meal only took 2 chicken breasts. It was only myself and my children on this day. My husband was visiting friends and they were doing like a football thing, so he did not eat these tacos, but I made these honey cilantro tacos, and I will definitely be making these again. I've made them before, but they're just always so delicious. They are like the perfect blend of like sweet, and usually there's lime juice. I actually didn't have any, so I didn't add that in, but usually it's actually honey cilantro lime chicken tacos. But yeah, I just didn't have that, so I kind of added like this green sauce that we had. I mixed that. I added some honey. The green sauce had like spinach, cilantro, and lime in it, and so that's why I added that. But then I added honey, and I just added like a bunch of cilantro that I picked off, and it was so good. Like, I honestly think this may have actually been the best version I've made. It's just funny how that is. Like, sometimes the best recipes come from the times when you're forced to be creative in the kitchen, which is quite often for us because usually when our grocery budget is spent, like it is spent, we don't have loads in savings to just go out and buy more stuff. Usually we do live kind of paycheck to paycheck. And so I've learned to be very creative in the kitchen. And I'm honestly kind of thankful for that skill and that ability to make delicious dinners using what I have. It's definitely made me a better cook. And so I am thankful for that because I don't just follow recipes. Like, I just make my own things sometimes and it turns out really well. But anyways, like I said, this dinner was just so delicious. I definitely recommend it. I will leave the recipe that I usually use linked in the description, and obviously you can be creative with it as well. So here is the chicken for the chicken tacos. I am just gonna have this pretty basic, honestly, because I have no tomatoes at the moment and I just forgot to pick some up, and it is what it is. So what I'm doing is cilantro, lettuce, and cheese. And I personally, oh, and salsa for like the tomato-y bits. I don't mind it like that. I know some people like their tacos more fancy. Use what you have. That is what I do. And it's still gonna be delicious. But yeah, I'm gonna put some taco shells now in the oven and have just made these very basic tacos. And that's what I'm having for supper. I will probably have another one, but I just rather start with 2 because it's kind of hot today and I'm not super hungry. I will say I cooked 2 chicken breasts, and if my husband were eating this, I would have cooked 3, but he's not. He's visiting friends for a football draft thing, so it's just me and the kids. They're actually not even hungry right now. So yeah, but at least it's here for when they are. And that is dinner for tonight. Just super simple. I try to do tacos once a week because I just find it's very affordable and delicious, of course. Me, what are you doing? What is it? How does it work? I don't know. So I thought this was really cool that somewhere near me decided to do a community garden in the park. I just thought that was such a great idea, and I just want to share that because, like, I talk a lot about food banks and frugal living and all that sort of thing, and so I just think this is really cool. So if you're in the area, maybe this would be interesting to you. But yeah, so I just want to share a little bit of clips from our day. We got the kids like a little drink from Tim Hortons and brought them to the park, and then I came home and made this chicken and rice casserole using the food bank food that I had. Not part of my grocery haul, but I actually picked up these carrots in my last grocery, but they're good until July 6th, so I'm going to use those up as well. I also had the rice from the food bank, and I also have this like from a different grocery shop. We're going to add some honey, soy sauce, and garlic as well and make a honey garlic spin on it. Change of plans. I think I'm just gonna do bay leaf and garlic and some seasonings and do that instead, because I think it'll have plenty of flavor with just the chicken broth and those seasonings. So yeah, I will keep you guys posted. So this is the final dinner in this series. I think I'm gonna make this a series. Let me know if you guys like this video. And I like how this last meal, I also use the stuff from the food bank. I have been asked so many times to do a video exclusively for like food bank meals. It's kind of hard because I don't use all the ingredients right away. Some of them I don't even use for like a month. And so it is a little bit difficult, but I thought I'd throw this in there. Because yeah, today we actually are using the stuff from the food bank. The rice is from the food bank. The chicken was from the food bank. The only thing that's not is the vegetables and like the chicken broth and stuff. But yeah, so this is just a really easy one pot dinner. I will even link it in the description because it's very budget friendly. But yeah, that is going to be it. Thank you guys so much for watching today. So thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know which one of these dinners you might try. I know they're very simple, but that's how we do dinner in our house. We just keep it simple, minimal ingredients, and yeah, just meals that we enjoy. I am all for quick dinners, but let me know if there's any you will be trying. And thank you guys so much for watching. God bless, and I will see you in the next one.